Our next unit here in Room 8 will begin our adventure into the study of banking. We're going to learn about simple interest and compound interest and the mathematics involved in borrowing and lending money. Eventually we'll take a look at buying a car and also buying a house. But to begin, we must have a real thorough understanding of percentages. And so this first lesson here will be a review for many of you, give you just a little bit of practice, and of course some more practice using Excel. So the first thing to do is to go ahead and start a new workbook. And you will want to name that workbook Simple Interest Workbook. And our first tab, worksheet, is going to be %1. So Simple Interest Workbook, you can call it Simple Interest Workbook Video 1 if you like. And then you're going to rename the tab to %1 and then go ahead and create this first part of the worksheet. So you can pause the video and go ahead and get this created. And then once you have that created, you could do the next section, starting here at row 17. And the last section for this worksheet, beginning here at row 34, we have the instructions and then the values that you will need in order to complete this little section. So once you have those sections completed, we will return to part 1 of video 1, taking a closer look at decimals and percents. We've learned in previous videos that a percent is a part divided by a whole. Percent meaning per 100, or a part of 100. For example, imagine you have $100. How many times will the $1 bill go into the $100 bill? That's right, 100 times. So $100 bills. So what percent would one of those $1 bills be? That's right, 1%. How about if you had 10 $1 bills out of 100? 10%. And if you had 25 of those $1 bills out of 100? 25%. So in order to convert decimals to percent, we need to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and select the percent column and change our number format here in the number group to percentage. So we have a decimal value of 3.5. To convert that to a percent, that would be moving the decimal place 2 places to the right, which would be 350%. You got to make sure you say percent. And then let's go ahead and just make these 1 decimal place. We don't need 2 there. We'll do that. That's the format we want to have. But you want to make sure that you understand that 3.5 is equivalent to 350%, not 350. That would be completely different. Do one more and then you can finish these. 0.67, decimal value 0.67. Convert that to a percent, decimal place 2 places to the right. That's correct, 67%. So go ahead and finish the rest of these and then have me come by and take a look at those. Part 2, let's go from percents to decimals. Well, if we moved the decimal place 2 places to the right to go from a decimal to a percentage, then to go from percent to decimal, we are going to move 2 places to the left. So in this case we have 58%. And so if we take that decimal place and go 2 places to the left, 1, 2, that would give us 0.58. 0.58. one more. 329%, convert that back to a decimal. 2 places to the left, 1, 2. That would give us 3.29. Go ahead and complete the remainder of these, and then have me come by and we'll take a look at that. And then the third section. We have a series of decimals and fractions. What you need to do here is take these values in column B, convert them to decimals, then to percents, and then what you'll want to do is go ahead and place them in ascending order. So we won't do a sort on this, but what you'll do is just key them in. So you'll take a look at the values that you have calculated in the percent column, and then you will take the lowest value and place it here in F36, and then you will increase in value, ascending order, smallest to largest. What you're going to find is that by converting these values to decimals and then especially to percentages, it's going to be real easy to see what is the largest number and which is the smallest number, because with these values right here, it's not easy to tell by simply taking a quick glance at these. I'll do a few of these to get you started. 0.01, the decimal value of that is simply 0.01. We can just retype that one. Here, let's go ahead and make sure that these are selected as percentage format in our number group. 0.01 as a percent. Which way do we move that decimal place? What did we learn back up here? That's right. Let's move it 2 places to the right, and we get 1%. And once again, we will go ahead and have 1 decimal place on those. To convert the fraction, 1/2. Now we know that 1/2 is equivalent to 0.5, but why is that? 1/2 is actually 1 divided by 2. So we could simply just put in that calculation equals 1 divided by 2. And then go ahead and convert that to a percentage. Do that for all of these remaining, and then when you've done that, you will clearly see which number is the biggest and the smallest, and then go ahead and just do either a copy or a paste or retype them in so that you put the biggest value that you see here in column D, put it over here in F36, and then keep doing that until you get down to the smallest value. Ascending order, biggest to smallest. And then have me come by and check you off on Simple Interest Workbook Video 1, Sections 1, 2, and 3.